Most of us think compulsively all the time. That is to say, we talk to ourselves. If I talk all the time, I don't hear what anyone else has to say. If I think all the time, that is to say, if I talk to myself all the time, I don't have anything to think about except thoughts. And therefore, I'm living entirely in the world of symbols. Therefore, if you meditate for an ulterior motive, that is to say, to improve your mind, to improve your character, to be more efficient in life, you've got your eye on the future and you are not meditating. Well, meditation, when correctly done, has nothing to do with all that. It's a kind of digging the present. It's a kind of grooving with the eternal now. The place where it's at is simply here and now. If you simply close your eyes and allow yourself to hear all the sounds that are going on around you, just listen to the general hum and buzz of the world as if you were listening to music. Don't try to identify the sounds you're hearing. Don't put names on them. Simply allow them to play with your eardrums. It's all just sound. And if I am talking to you right now and you're doing this, don't try to make any sense out of what I'm saying, because your brain will take care of that automatically. You don't have to try to understand anything. As you hear sounds coming up in your head, thoughts, you simply listen to them as part of the general noise going on, just as you would be listening to the sound of my voice, or just as you would be listening to cars going by or to birds chattering outside the window. So look at your own thoughts as just noises. And soon you will find that the so-called outside world and the so-called inside world come together. They are a happening. Your thoughts are a happening, just like the sounds going on outside. And everything is simply a happening, and all you're doing is watching it. It's all just sound. The place where it's at is simply here and now.
Okay, what is up, guys? Welcome back. Evan Aldo here. Hope you enjoy the live stream. Smash the like button. Always appreciate that. Yeah, it's some Alan Watts, copyright free. Wasn't a Bitcoin long, got stopped out in profit on that guy. On this drop back down, and it's been a little bit of a tougher market to trade this week. Definitely not the best trading week so far in the beginning of September. August was an incredible month. Made a lot of money in August. July was not bad. A little stagnant, but not bad. September, a little choppy so far, but I think it's going to get a little bit better. And, right now, we're playing around with this, 1 hour volume area low right here. And, it's a little bit of a make or break, because it's like if you lose this, then you may, go back to big support at about 25.3. That's a huge area. As you can see, I wrote down big support there. And that's the main area right now that we want to, for the bullish case, we want to keep. This is kind of a 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times we've bounced pretty nicely off of that. I mean, if I'm just looking at this 3 hour, if you just took the, if you just took the 3 hour green dot, and most of it, well, not that one really, but yeah, I mean, no, it was a bounce, it was a bounce, and it's a big area. There's some people who like to just set limit orders at these areas, and they know it's going to just jump a little bit, and they lock in profits real quick. And it's not a bad strategy. It's definitely not a bad strategy. And what we could look at here? I mean, will it bounce a fifth time? Maybe, maybe not though. Maybe that's finally when we lose it. Trigger wave on the 6 hour. Money flowing coming up, but you may get a trigger wave in the 10 hour. ETH is printing a blood diamond on the 10 hour. That's interesting. On Coinbase, it's not, but on Bitstamp, it is. Take it as you will. I mean, sometimes they could be kind of flukes, especially coming into the weekend where you have money flow coming up. This is not a strong blood diamond. It would be a stronger blood diamond if money flow curvature was the opposite. If it was curving downward, that's what we'd be looking at. Oh, what's up, Nightshade? I don't know if I mentioned you. What's up, David Bromebelly? 100%. Not financial advice. That's true. Appreciate you, man. And ultimately, yeah. So, bull div on the daily. So that's mainly bull div on the daily. Some green hike and ashy candles. That's what looks kind of good here. Don't have a problem with that for the bullish case. I mean, if we kind of broke above there, then you reject it. I mean, this is a whole, 26.8's a big point. After that, if you break above there, you're probably going to mess with, maybe a little bit at 27, but that pocket, high 27s. What's up, Yin and Yang? So, yeah. Kind of the guess here is like, does this hold? Do we break above this? I don't know. It's one of those days where it could be a little tough to trade. I would say, to look for a trade right now, looking at what you could potentially do here, something of this nature where you're looking at potentially this money flow coming down back here. And what could you do here? I mean, you get the bull div from, if you do make a lower low, that money flow crossover I would be keeping my eye on that, especially with this trigger wave on the 6 hour. It is a Friday, a little bit riskier, but I would say that would be, if you wanted to do some type of setup where maybe there, maybe back to these areas. Not a bad risk reward ratio right there. Not a bad risk reward ratio right there. And let's look at ETH a little bit. So now on the Coinbase chart, we are printing that blood diamond. My guess here is that blood diamond could bring us down, to the spider line, or well, if you zoom out, you can see it a little, right there. 610 is a big point. Now, this one's a little bit different than, you got that. That's a big area. Yeah, it's 620. A little bit different than in Bitcoin, but yeah. And that blood diamond could be what kind of brings us down farther here. That absolutely could be. So yeah. And that monthly, yeah, that's going to confirm in 22 days. 3-week confirm the trigger wave. So obviously very bearish on the macro. I think we will eventually lose this 1540, come down lower. A big place I would look at is the spider line around 1300, which we may hit, later this month into next month. So yeah. And by the way, guys, if you want to do some trades, we are doing a new promo with MEXC. We're doing FAIRDESK. We're going to do a Bitcoin giveaway pretty soon. The MEXC promo is exclusive to only you guys. It ends on the 14th. You just need to deposit at least $100, do one futures trade, and you got a really good shot of getting a $200 trading bonus if you do that, because it's one person with my link every week. The week will be selected, or two people. Not that many people sign up with my link. You got some good odds. So check out the MEXC link down below. Similar deal with FAIRDESK. FAIRDESK, you could deposit any amount, do one futures trade, and you can receive a $100 trading bonus. So yeah. Hamza. Yeah, I've seen Hamza. I know of Hamza. He's got some interesting videos. Um, Adonis. So I guess you're a Hamza. Yeah, because Hamza, his thing is called the Adonis School. Yeah, Hamza's done. I think part of his success is just the the way he's able to speak. Just being a very good speaker, very organized, and the guy knows a lot of information. He knows how to really synthesize information, and it goes very well. Not many people could talk at length for hours like he can in those videos. Um, you unfi look for it. Let's see. UM5 for all. Yeah. Let's take a look. Sure, we can take a look at it. I mean, are you talking about shorting this or going? Yeah, this does look like it could be a relatively good short setup. I mean, if you were to, yeah, stop loss above there, I'd probably go stop loss above that area. And then, yeah, work around there. Something like that would probably work, yeah. I think you got a good shot of it. You got a good shot. That's all I'll say. Yeah, hourly too, man. My guess here is that we're going to come down more. My guess here is that we're going to reject from here, come down more, and come down with a lot of the market. I do have another shitcoin short in. More info on that in the Discord. Yeah, Gin Tonic. Okay, okay. Yeah, I don't think it's absolutely too late to short this, but yeah. And where can you? Oh yeah, MEXC. Yeah, you probably have to do it on MEXC. Yeah, MEXC is good for shorting all the shitcoins. Yeah, we're going along on them. XMR. Let's just I just want to see like where, because prices. I feel like prices. Okay, not really the. Yeah, like this kind of area that we're so close to. I would say. I do right there. Yeah. And if you break that area, you're probably going down to this, this lower echelon, 94. It does look kind of good though with the money flow coming up. This is interesting, man. I mean, it's a very stagnant coin. It doesn't. We had a good shot to Nightshade for that kind of day long trade we did, or I took at least in the Discord with that, but. Yeah, I mean, if it's like this, you'll bounce up a little bit short term. Short term, you got a little bit potentially. I don't know if I would necessarily go long in this. It's a little conflicting to me, but yeah. Let's look at the cousin of this. Yeah, because that's like that huge kind of area that we're just dilly-dallying at right there on let's say that, yeah. That area, I guess, just that huge like area. We're just trying to jump off of there. I mean, this kind of looks, yeah, it looks like you might jump a little bit, but you're on thin ice, man. You're on a little bit of thin ice. I know a lot of people were talking about, or CBZ had a good trade, and these are all. If you guys want to learn more about the Discord, it's me and 3 other analysts, and we post a lot of really good entries, exclusive TA, all that. They had a good, I think it might have got stopped on profit now, but they had a good long on Gala the other day, I think. Maybe a day long or something. Is this area, I just want to. On some thin ice here, guys. On a little bit of thin ice on Gala. I mean, this is going to make or break moment for a lot of these. I mean, money flow's kind of coming up on some of them. Ugh. I don't know. Making a lower low there. Yeah, I did get stopped out in the ETH short. Just a little too tight of a stop loss. I mean, it's been, yeah. It's been a tough week. It's been a tough week. Yeah. It's definitely not been the best week. I think more of the swing trades, if you got patience with them, they tend to do a little bit well. But it's just the market's just been so choppy and going up and down. I mean, it's definitely not an easy market to trade. I think it will get a little bit better, but yeah. I mean, as of right now, I'm really looking at this 22 minute potentially for that to try to short this down. But yeah, anything could happen. Anything could happen. 1 billion trader. What was Yeah, I mean, a lot of stuff is on really thin ice. Like a lot of stuff is that big. I mean, you're looking at XRP, blood diamonds popping up everywhere, and it's like part of me doesn't want to short because you're at such big support, and you look at like the 3 day about to print a green dot, money flow kind of starting to come up on the daily, but then I zoom out and I'm like, it's like you don't know. Good old polka dot. That's another one, just huge, huge. Oh man, yeah, just huge, huge area, and it's like, oh man, can it hold? Can it hold it in? Can it hold? So yeah, I mean, it's a tough call, you know. Yeah, I mean, ADA right now we're not. It's more like okay, yeah. I mean, you got this big. Yeah, I mean, let's draw the same kind of line. I mean, we're just at that big place for everything right now. I mean, it's just that big kind of. Ooh, this I feel like, man, all these damn blood diamonds. Ooh. If you manage to come up with all these blood diamonds, I don't know. I think this could be a good short potentially. Because if you were to do something like, you know, something like that, it's not a good risk reward ratio, but maybe down to there or something. I mean, you could be really tight with this. I mean, you could be, look at that risk reward ratio. You could go a high, something like that. Especially with the, if you wanted to trade on these blood diamonds. Money flow is coming up though. So that's your main, I mean, this trade obviously wouldn't have a large, wouldn't have that large of a, what does this do? Oh, okay. But yeah, something like that may do well. Because you could probably risk, I mean, how much could you risk here? Yeah, you could risk maybe, if you put $1,000 position, you could risk 10,000. What's 2% of 10,000? 200. Risk $200 to potentially make, what's 6%? 600 or something. Yeah. The retreat bot. Appreciate you, Ariel. You mean the restream bot? No, it's from people in it's from people posting it for watching on Twitch. It's not spamming you. You're good. But yeah. Something like that. I mean, if you wanted to be more like that still wouldn't be a terrible risk reward ratio. I mean, ADA, there's been enough, like, well, let me just say that there's been enough nerds in these Twitter spaces that are all like, you got me stuck in you know what I mean? I feel like that's a good indication. This is going to go down. It's going, you cut me off about my ADA. Cardano. You know what I mean? What's up, Grandala? Appreciate you, man. Good morning, yeah, good morning. Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon. Like, what was it? Like, Jim Carrey in that movie, Truman, The Truman Show, yeah. And yet another one at, this one's a little different, but big support. I think we might lose this area, man. I don't know. Down to that area. I think you're going to go down to 44 cents or something next. Into maybe October, November, and I think that's probably where it's going to, I mean, it could easily go down to 38 cents, yeah. And this looks, yeah. This is what I would be inclined to take. I'd probably ignore the bull div that could print here, and I'd be more inclined to take the short. That's just me. The ADA short, let me make a mental, let me just write that down. I want to maybe post about that later. Thoughts on the quaint short? Or quaint chart? Yeah, I think it's probably like everything else, man. I mean, it's yeah, it's a good place to put the line, I would say. So just keeps bouncing off of essentially 100, so high 90s. I think it will eventually lose this area. You got a bullish div there. This would not be one that I would want to short right now, but the macro, that weekly, is not good, so I do think you would probably lose these areas in all likelihood, especially if we lose this line. Close the 3-day. Well, you didn't really close that. You just wicked, and then, yeah. Algorand. 2, 3, 4, 5. So this one actually looks better than, well, I wouldn't say better, but when you look at that weekly, that's not terrible. It's a bullish div. Money flow is still deep. I don't like the money flow, but when you look at these yellow X's on the 3-day, oh man, that looks good on that 3-day. It looks like we might be able to pump a little bit more. But I'll go as, it's kind of like, this does not, this probably could disappoint. Snake, I mean, it probably could disappoint. You're on very thin ice here. I don't know. Well, yeah, just still bouncing around plan E. Looking for potentially that 22-minute to continue into the red, bring us down. 6-hour trigger wave, potentially bring us down further. So, yeah, it's ultimately what I've been kind of looking at here. That 22 on ETH combined, yeah, ETH I feel like is, let's give you guys a little kind of setup here. Something, I mean, if you were to, yeah, that's a tight stop, but something like that kind of, yeah. I mean, it could just jump up farther, I don't know. but yeah. And by the way, guys, let's see. Obviously the Discord is a really good resource. A lot of really good stuff. CVZ is going to do a call with everybody in the VIP Discord on Saturday. Really insightful trader. Definitely helped out the community a lot. Really appreciate him. So if you guys want to join, link down below. Also, if you guys want to trade, if you want to trade crap tokens, MEXC is pretty good. We're doing a promo with them. Deposit at least $100 and you could get a $200 trading bonus if you trade. Really good odds to get that. Ends on the 14th. Also with FAIRDESK, what we do with only my link is one person every week who deposits any amount, trades, gets a $100 trading bonus. Sends with my link. You guys got really good odds of getting it. So yeah, and we announced the winners in the Discord. FAIRDESK is great as well. Overall, no VPN, no KYC. So yeah. Check them out. Algo is tempting. I don't know. It's... Yeah, this is a big point on Sol all the way back from, yeah. That's a big point all the way back from May 21, man. Oof. And I don't know. It looks like you might lose this area. And if you lose this area, then not too good. I don't know if I like that 6 hour. I mean, sure, you could bounce. Some things look like it's always going to be a bullish and bearish case. I mean, the money flow is if you turn off market cipher A for a minute. Let's just ignore these blood diamonds. I just want to do a little bit of it. So if you turn on market cipher A, okay, that doesn't look bad in the 3-day. 2-day doesn't look awful. Daily, not bad. 16-hour kind of neutral. This is where it starts to get a little bit more bearish. 12-hour, not too good. Money flow coming up, but you may get a trigger wave on the 8. 4-hour, kind of in between. 2-hour, not bad. Makes it slightly more bullish when you look at without market cipher A. But yeah, I don't know, man. We're at a big point of make or break. I'm in some swing trades from a while ago. I got stopped out in profit on the Bitcoin long yesterday. So I'm looking to, if I had to do something right now, it probably would be trying to short down, especially on ETH. I feel like trying to get it, yeah, something like this, maybe try to go down. I mean, it's a tight stop, but yeah. I mean, really, you'd want a safer stop up here, probably, yeah. The 22 ain't bad, yeah. CVZ, he had to cancel out today, but we're going to have him on Tuesday, hopefully. I want to see what he's saying.
Incredible upside for the housing market and all markets alike. Now, if you notice behind me, I have the Secret Life of Banking and Real Estate book on the bookshelf there by Philip Anderson. If you have not given that a glance, I suggest you do so. He covers the 18 to 20-year housing market cycle in depth, and I'm going to be covering a little brief stint of that here in this video. So a very simple outline of the housing markets 18 to 20-year cycle, which you have to imagine the stock markets and crypto markets and everything alike will follow as well, can be outlined in this simple diagram. And I'm going to cover the last 3 iterations here. And essentially what we get is this 7 to 10-year rally, which is met with generally a black swan event, which obviously is an event that you don't see coming in as far as the news would go, that's going to cause uncertainty for a few years, as well as the Fed raising rates to combat inflation. Generally, you get a 2 to 3 years of sideways consolidation filled with plenty of uncertainty, and we tend to end in the same position right before a last major rally to the upside that lasts a few years. And that position that we end in right here tends to be high inflation, high interest rates, and everyone expected a continued or a new recession. In 1955, right, we get our initials rally up here towards about 1961. The Black Swan event around this time frame was the beginning and into the Cuban Missile Crisis. You had Fed introducing higher interest rates to start combating inflation, 2 to 3 years of sideways consolidation, which ended in high interest rates, high inflation, everyone expecting a continued recession, only to get a huge rally to the upside until 1972, which is where the actual top came in for the housing market. We then see a gradual sell-off for a few years, and we restart this 18 to 20 year cycle again in 1975. We get an initial 7 to 10 year rally met with a Black Swan event. At the time, around this would be around the Gulf War time frame. 2 to 3 years of sideways action. Interest rates were rising. We end with high interest rates, high inflation. Everyone expects a continued recession, only to get a huge leg up into 1989, where the housing market actually topped once again. You see this steady decline over a few years, and we restart once again. So, mind you, these...
Okay, so basically we're right here. We're in the 2001 area where you got some, and then... we're kind of, we got the first,
18 to 20 year iterations based on an average, right? So it's not, going to be exact. It gives you a pretty good outline, right? And once again, these are big macro time frames. So we top in the market around 1989. It's gradual decline once again. We restart this rally in 1993. So for most of us, these next two iterations should be pretty fresh. So 1993, we restart 7 to 10 year rally, come to 2001, right? Our Black Swan event, 9/11, okay? We get 2 to 3 years of sideways consolidation and uncertainty, right? We have 2003 right here, essentially, where you have high inflation exponentially, or they at least just stay the same and continue to grow, right? So it might not, double and triple from here, but they may. That would be the 100-year cyclical anniversary.
Thoughts on Bitcoin too? I feel like this is this might be somebody I know. This might be somebody I know at IRL. Anyway, guys, let's look more at the. Hope that didn't bore you too much. I think he might be right. I think CV. I'm going to ask him about that when I have him on the show. Shout out to CVO Crypto, but I think he might be right if that pattern kind of follows. I mean, yeah. It's been interesting. Like if we also could draw a line there, kind of, that area is pretty significant. That's another big place. Yeah. I don't know. What do you guys think? I mean, it's kind of the question here is like, do we pump above here and then, or do we go here before here? I mean, the rejection off of that point, now we're coming up. It's tough. It's it's tough market. Tough to read at the moment. But yeah. Because you got the blood diamond there, we're looking at Sol. Yeah, it's such a big make or break point, man. It's such a big make or break point. And that was, what was this? Yeah, June. Let's take a look at some of our favorite meme coins. Just curious how they're holding up, you know. We always gotta Just got to look at these. Yeah, just like everything else, man. Big make or break point for Pepe. This is not looking too good. I think this is going to go down the depths of hell. But Bitcoin 2. That's a big make or break point for Bitcoin 2, man. Big make or break point. Bitcoin 2. Right there. Good afternoon. It could jump a little bit. Wouldn't trust it. How about Pepe too? Yeah. It's like a Doge. Make or break area. Another make or break area. Everything is in that kind of. I mean, I'd go like right there. That's the point you got to keep. Who wants me to take this trade? I might enter this trade and then. Yeah, well, let's give it. This is not a trade that I want to do a little entertainment here. It's not necessarily a trade that I, 100% am confident on, but I want to do something for the stream, if you get my drift. What's the, oh, that's a 1%er, yeah. Let's see here. Oh. We'll put this in and chill with it for a little bit. Nothing too crazy here. What's our stop on that? 1645. 1644. So I'll do 1644. I'll let you guys chill with this for a little bit. And yeah, we'll keep that there. I'll be back in a few minutes. Gonna take a quick break. See how this goes. A little bit of a risky play here. I'll be back, guys. Okay. So what are we looking at? We're looking at nothing. Nothing. Should get squeezed through that. 30K for. Oh, we got Wednesday CPI. So I think CPI is going to be hot. If I had to guess, I don't know, but if I had to guess, I would say hot. Yeah, I would say it's going to be it's going to be more hot rather than cold. And trading right now, obviously, tough, hard. So yeah. And yeah, appreciate you, man. Yeah, special likes, guys. It's just a big point we're at with everything right now. I mean, you could even draw that kind of SR place, close to where we are. Blood diamond. I mean, it's that head and shoulders type thing. If you were to break down from that, I mean, that's not going to be the most. That's not going to be a good situation to be in. That's 1525. Yeah, 15 right there. That could be the next big place. Let's take a look at what we're doing right here. Yeah, let's bounce off of there, and then. Matic. It's at a big point like everything else, but I think it probably will go lower. I mean, it could jump here a little bit, but it almost looks like it wants to roll over. We were looking at that. I mean, that blood diamond on the 12. Don't know. I think it's eventually gonna go down to this area, 47, and then probably down to 35 eventually. Appreciate your savage trades. It is doing, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of. I just want to look at like CoinGecko here. Very stagnant with NFTs lately. $8,000 for a mutant ape. I think it will be kind of stagnant for a bit more. I think you could come down 4 or 5K with this is where I would be looking. So yeah. Look at AVAX. That's probably another one that's at just huge. Yeah, we were looking at, yeah. I mean, when you look at that 2-day, it doesn't look awful. I mean, that's a bull div. You hit it right there. I mean, you came down a little bit lower, but you're still hitting that major point. 2-day coming up. Man, it's a little tough to say. A little tough to read. I mean, when you look at like Bitcoin, trigger wave, and the monthly, those type of things, you get more bearish. Obviously. Yeah. And that's a big point. That's when it first came out in August 2020. So we've done essentially nothing over the last 3 years aside from go up 13x and then go all the way back down 93% here. So yeah. Let's look at traditional markets a little bit. I think they were having a good day. Let's just look at like the CNBC ticker. Insurance crisis, yeah. Apple short. Oh god. Oh god. Now you know it's in a pump. Damn it. That could be right. What are they saying? 6 or 7%. Wow. But if CVO is right, then do it. Bye, bye, bye. Let's see. Yeah, up slightly, pretty flat. When I look at this, I do think that you would probably come down. You know, yeah, trigger waves to the downside confirmed. I mean, other than the higher, really high time frames here, I do think this looks more bearish. My 2 cents. NASDAQ, the thing that's interesting is the weekly looks kind of good, but I think once this green dot confirms, you might just kind of come over and print a red right after or whatever. And that monthly, once you print a red there, that's not good. You know what I mean? Getting into some rare bearish signs. That's my opinion. %17 from there, yeah. This is a leveraged version of it. Red Heiken-Ashi on the 3-week. Obviously very the same, very similar on the technicals. That was the March, and then he came down lower there, and then up 22%. So yeah, with the decay there. Yeah. I mean, this looks bad. It confirms in 21 days on Apple. Bear div on the 3-week. I mean, just not. Apple is immune to everything. Apple doesn't go down; it only goes up. Blood diamond there. I mean, this looks terrible. But when you see this, like front page, where is it? Front page, frickin' CNBC, short Apple. Jeez. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it keeps going up. Got the new iPhone coming out. Let's see, 1.8 million. If you have 40 years to make 1.8 million, I would say, you know, factoring in for inflation, about 1.8 million in today's money, you probably need like 150 to 200K, 150 to 200K in the S&P 500 in retirement accounts, I would say, with compound interest, factoring inflation, 150 to 200K. You'll get a, you know, probably a little bit more than a 10x with that. I just want to see what this is telling you to do. Yeah, so you would need 3%. Okay, yeah. To have, yeah, well, it's really going to be in 40 years. That's going to be like 6 million, probably, you know, 5 to 6 million. So, yeah. How much could you do it? Yeah, how much could you do if you're 50? 5 G's a month? Well, I mean, yeah. Hmm. Is today the first day of, or no, yesterday was. Who, I didn't see the game. Who did it? Oh, Lions beat the Chiefs? Oh my God. Not the Chiefs year. Slow market still. Hmm. Yeah, just not too much going on today, guys. Hopefully we'll see a little bit more. I don't know if this trade is going to go anywhere on our ETH. It's probably going to jump up and then stop me out and then come back down or whatever. I don't know. I was just trying to do something for the stream, but it's just not. Yeah, it's just not what we. I mean, these look bad. I mean, like the 10 hour, 12 hour, those don't look too good. So yeah, ultimately, that's what I'm looking at there. A gold. Hmm. Go drink some beers. Nah, not gonna be drinking beers until probably have a couple beers while I watch some of the football games on Sunday, the NFL games. But yeah, nah, it's just I don't know if this will do much. I would say it's a slight favorite for this to win. Like I would give it like a 60% chance. Like it's that type of probability here. I mean, this confirms in 3 hours. We'll have to see what happens. But this is not a strong blood diamond because money flow is coming up. So it's not like one of those 80% chancers. It's not, it's just right now is just kind of sit in the sidelines, chill, see what happens over the weekend. Hmm. Let's see. I think this will go lower, yeah. I think you're going back to potentially those lows, those June 23 lows. Potentially. Hmm. Potentially short right here. I don't know. I think we're gonna go down, honestly, man. I think where the funding rate's at right now. That's a positive funding rate. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Stagnant, paralyzed. Mm. Yeah, because a rejection there, yeah, I would guess you're going to go down a little hard. Obviously hard to read, hard to say right now, but the Cardano setup, I think, this is like a good setup because Cardano is like such a has been such a shit token lately. You know what I mean? Like in terms of like something like that, like 26-cent stop. I mean, you definitely can get stopped out here. Why is this? I don't have the magnet tool on. Why is this giving me? It's so weird. I don't know. How much capital do you think you need to quit your job? Depends where you want to live. Depends. Do you want to live in Cambodia for $800 a month, you know, or $1,000 a month? Going to be a lot less than if you want to live in Miami. You know, it depends on your expenses. You know, it really depends where you live. That's a very, very relative. What lifestyle you want? That's a very relative question, man. Comfortably, I would say a few hundred grand to be comfortable would be a good starting point. A few hundred grand. I mean, if you wanted to mess around with 50 grand total on some different trading accounts and really in Europe, I don't know even the cost of live. What part of Eastern Europe, West? I mean, there's some parts are cheaper than others. You could probably live decently in some parts of Eastern Europe for what, 2 grand a month, maybe. I mean, it depends what lifestyle. Do you want to travel? You know, do you want to eat out often? Do you want to cut coupons? Like what? You know, it's such a tough question, man. Depends how much, you know. It's a tough question, yeah. Eastern Europe, yeah. I would say you want to be 100 grand would be a very good number. To save 100, really, well, 100 grand when Charlie Munger first said 100 grand, which was 10 years ago. 150 grand, I would say. 100, like, you want to be somewhere over 100 grand, you know what I mean? Yeah, like, in terms of, yeah, that's what I would say. Yeah. Carna, maybe we bounce. Maybe we bounce here. I don't know. All I know is it's not looking too good to me at the moment. My eye. I screwed up my eye. I gotta wash my face or something. Yeah. That's looking like we're gonna form somewhat of a head and shoulder type thing. Hmm. 25.7, 20. Could end up there. Anyway, guys, I think I'm going to get off. That's kind of what I'm looking at right now. Hope you guys got something out of the video. Smash the likes button. If you want to trade, check out FAIRDESK. We do a $100 giveaway bonus to one person who deposits any amount and does one futures trade every week. Only with my link down below. MEXC, we have a promo ending on September 14th. If you deposit at least $100 and do one futures trade, you have a very good shot of winning a $200 trading bonus. We announce the winners in the Discord, so check that out. FAIRDESK, great as well. No VPN, no KYC required for any of these exchanges. MEXC, you might need a VPN. I'm trying to remember, but yeah, check it out. Really appreciate you guys. Have a good one. Goodbye.